fintech are yet far away from being viable alternatives to the bank. What sort of regulatory support do fintech require to step up their game? Have any view on that, sir?
Fintechs will replace banks. I don't see that, right? What I see is, and it's echoing largely Rohit's thought also, that they will continue to do things better in certain areas which banks are unable to do it at the level of expectation of customers and other stakeholders. So they will continue to evolve there because their talent and technology, because of the new ecosystem, because of changing behaviors of the consumers and so on and so forth, their understanding. And a large part of it is also huge amount of private equity money which is flowing into fintechs, and that will further fuel the innovation. So I don't think there is a competitive dynamic there. I think there is a complementing and collaborative dynamic there. So that's my first thing. Second, you also asked what kind of regulatory support that fintechs require to step up their game. I think there are a few very specific points that that regulators could do, which can actually accelerate fintechs generally and enable fintechs to do much more and that realize their own potential. Fintechs can do really much more than what they're doing. So I think first one is regulator can think about creating a separate category for fintechs in various fields. So for example, lending tech, insure tech, wealth tech, so on and so forth, right? By respective regulators. So where any fintech can register and declare data with verifiable registration number granted by regulator. So in other words, so you apply and then get a very specific number. This would add comfort and trust for users, the trust which Sandeep was talking about, right? That banking have over the period of time in developed trust bond with customers, while fintech have over the period of time innovated on the product through technology. So and analytics. So how do you bridge the gap? If you regulator starts allotting some, let's say, a registered number to every bona fide fintech, and they publish it, and if customer now knows that this is a legitimate fintech and this is a fraudulent fintech just by checking a simple regulatory number or this thing, right? So that's one thing which could add wings to fintechs. Second is a quick window for any fintech who wants to become a register or register a regulatory entity with a clearly defined checklist to apply one or defined timelines for this decision, right? So when any fintech comes for a number or some other approvals from regulator, there is a quick window, faster processing so that can help fintechs to get up and running very, very quickly and start innovating on products, reaching out to the customers, and so on and so forth. Third, there are many fintechs who acquire on fintech's part, I want to confess also and concede that as with any innovation, what happens is some rogue players actually mar the image of a lot of good things which other fintechs are doing. And that's what happened with the fraudulent loan apps and all that. So in that case, there are many fintechs who acquire a cavalier, tomboyish attitude in the name of innovation. It would be great if regulators promptly point fingers at them in proactive manner rather than react, and build a framework to catch them doing this earlier than later, right? Right now, they could find out that there were loan apps in Hyderabad or something. They were doing fleecing customers and all that, and then they reacted and put an embargo and created a framework and new guidelines and so on and so forth. I think that now with the technology support and all that can be done slightly faster. Fourth, absolutely clear compliance standard setting up. So set a compliance standard framework for fintechs as they are for banks and NBFCs, right? In terms of data privacy, security, sharing, all of those things. I think these are 3-4 things where regulator can move in quickly. And I see that I think they are already in this direction. The new digital guidelines are are doing a lot of these things, while some of the things they can actually add up. But I think regulators seem to be moving in the right direction.